In today's video, we're going to discuss 20 different strategies you can implement to grow your health and fitness studio, gym, or health and fitness business in general. And we're going to rank them in a tier-like system, S being the highest and D being the lowest. And we're going to rank them in terms of the effectiveness of bringing in new members. We're going to also discuss the sustainability of each method and also what is the stage that you should be using them in. So let's jump straight in. First, we have paid engagement ads, and those are ads that are promoting piece of content. Often you see it as boosting your page for likes or boosting a video of your community workouts and essentially trying to get the word out of what you're doing about the local area. These ads are not promoting a special offer. They're not collecting lead information. Their pure purpose is to get more members to learn more about your facility. Think of it as a billboard. And I would rank those in terms of effectiveness on tier C because they're still very effective, especially if you're just brand new in the area and you're starting out and you want people to find out about you. It's a great way to showcase what you're all about. It's a great way to showcase the community. They're very cost effective. And we also recommend it as a strategy in a combination with direct response ads, because one of them has the effect of nurturing people and providing goodwill, whereas the other one is more of an ask campaign. So we rank those in tier C. Now, the second thing we have is lead generation forms, and we're going to rank those at A. It's the second tier. The only issue here is that they're not as consistent, meaning that if you have a lead generation form on your website or you're sharing it on social media or on your stories, these were great to capture leads and invite them for a consultation or appointment and bring new members. But the only issue is there, you still need to bring traffic to those somehow. So that's why I would rank those in terms of effectiveness at tier A. You could collect name, phone, email. You could ask for more things such as a health and wellness survey, asking about their goals, about what they've tried in the past, and even send them a lead magnet on the back end of it. So it's like a great way to capture leads. Next, we have podcasting and live streaming. I'm going to rank this at a B. It's not an awful strategy, but I see a lot of people, especially in the health and fitness industry with everything going on, they try to add that to their mix, hoping it would bring more members to their facility. It's a strategy for more established players that already have an active community. And it's a great way to showcase that community to the world. It's great for retention of current members. It's great for creating content. But in terms of effectiveness of bringing in new members, I would have to rank it low on the tier ranking system. Next, we have secondary websites. And what a secondary website is, you have your main website, which serves the purpose of showcasing your gym. But then you would build an adjacent website, for example, for a nutrition program or a special class you have, in the hopes of ranking in Google and capturing more of the local traffic to bring them over to your facility. It's a great way once you're established, but if you're just starting out, unless you're at the maximum capacity with all the other strategies, I wouldn't recommend it as something starting out. Paid direct response advertising. These are the typical challenge offers or advertising campaigns in the local area collecting leads. These are the highest tier. They're the most effective. They're great for launching a facility, for getting new members, for getting a lot of sales and getting that momentum early on. The only downside is that they need to be cycled through, meaning that they're going to be effective only for a couple of months. And then you got to have a complementary strategy to go with it before you can reintroduce it again. And you also need to be changing frequently the creatives, cycling between men and women in the campaigns, and just having more of a variety because the local market diminishes quickly. Next on the list, we have loyalty and reward point programs. I'm only going to rank this at a B because it's an effective strategy. People love that. And as part of the loyalty program, they could reach certain rewards if they bring more members or they're attending classes regularly. This is more of a retention strategy, more so than acquisition strategy. That's why it comes into B. We have an optimized website. I would rank that at tier S. And it's a mistake I often see between gym owners. They just try to have a flashy website with an amazing video, but it doesn't serve the purpose of collecting leads. And if you structure your website in a way where it's optimized on SEO to rank first page on Google, and then you have a way to have a text to call or directly lead generation forms on the website, and then a pop-up form that collects their information, is probably like one of the best ways for a local business to get and capture more traffic. So it's worth spending the extra time to understand how to rank your website and how to set it up in a way to generate more leads. I have a video on my channel where you can look at all these 15 strategies in more detail, and I break down each and every one and give you the exact steps you need to follow to get leads from it. Next, we have social media content. I would rank that as a C. It's not awful. It's great long term because it for sure brings members, but starting out, it's not going to be very effective. It requires a lot of time. And it predicates on the fact that you're already good at social media and you understand it. It's time consuming. You have to do the content, edit the content, publish the content. And if you're doing the chat GPT content and Canva posts, they're not going to be effective at all. So if you have somebody that is allocated towards creating content, I would rank it at C. And if you don't have the capacity in-house to produce high quality content and distribute it, then I would rank it at B. We have public relations. I would rank that as a D. This is like the local newspapers, local communities trying to get the word out. It's a great way to be featured and showcased to your existing members and have it as a printout in your facility to build the credibility and goodwill. But in terms of generating new business, I haven't seen a lot of success with it. I've even been a regular guest publisher in local publications. I've been featured in TV, different news outlets, and the amount of business I generated out of it compared to the other forms of advertising and promotion were very negligible. So I wouldn't recommend it starting out. Next, we have texting and SMS marketing. I would rank that as a C because it predicates on the fact that you already have an existing audience that you're sitting on. So for example, if you've been in business for a couple of years and you have an existing list of customers, maybe 5, 6, 700 members, and you haven't reactivated those, you haven't sent them any messages, reactivating them via text campaign only is a great way to get some extra members back. It's very cost effective, very easy to do. And it's something we've seen a lot of success with our clients. So we highly recommend it. I'm only going to rank it C because again, you can only do so many of those. And it predicates on the fact that you already have an existing audience. Next, we have free trials and promotions. I'm going to again rank that as a C. It's an effective strategy. Many gyms have used it in the past. They still do 7-day free trial, first month free, $1 for your first month. Whatever is the promotion or campaign that you have going on that is promoting something either at a very discounted rate or for free attracts a boatload of people. People are always interested in getting free stuff and they're signing up on those offers like hotcakes. But the conversion of those requires for you to have a very dialed in process. That's why we've only seen success with those in a big box gyms where they have properly trained sales staff, they have very methodical sales process. For small and pop shops or more boutique fitness and studios, these are not very effective strategies. So we would recommend having a paid direct offer to a high ticket product so you can recoup the advertising cost back immediately and you can filter people through their means to pay for the services and products. Whereas in the free trials, you would rely on filling up the facility, creating a buzz around it, and then having a small percentage of it stick through your services. Depending on the type of gym you're running, if it's a 24/7 fitness or if it's like a big box gym, this could be very effective. But for the rest of us, I wouldn't recommend it as a strategy to start with. Google My Business is optimizing your listing on Google, the way people see your profile. It is a very, very strategy to be ranking in the results box. Usually have 3 to 5 businesses depending on the device people are looking at. And if you're able to get the amount of reviews and rank for keywords such as personal trainer or nutrition programs or diet plans or group classes or individual personal training, whatever is the keyword you're ranking for, if you rank for that, you're going to get a lot of traffic, a lot of calls, and a lot of people coming through Google My Business. So it's worth spending the time and effort to learn how to optimize it for the search results and create content around it just to support the growth and the ranking of keywords. There's ways to set up your website in a way that you can link back and forth and also optimizing it in terms of having your address, phone number, consistent in your website, social media, and then the Google My Business. This helps you with the rankings. Again, check out the video on my channel where I go in more depth of how you can do that actually happen. Google Ads depends on the products and services you offer. I'm going to rank it at tier B because it's very expensive. So unless you have a high ticket program or very specific package tailored to a certain demographic that solves a problem that's very painful and you can charge premium for, these ads are not going to be very cost effective for you. And we've seen success with some clients in markets that are not very competitive. Think anything outside of tier 1 markets such as Canada, Australia, US. These markets are very hard to crack Google Ads for, but then for the rest of the markets where there's not a lot of competition, this could be a very good way for you to bring in extra members and clients. Next, we have SEO and blogging. I'm going to rank that at a tier B. For sure, in the long run, if you've been producing articles and content and videos, these start to bring in traffic to who you are. They serve as a great way to nurture the people that come from direct response advertising and the ones that are clicking on your website. But it's going to take at least 3 to 6 months for you to see any meaningful results and traffic off of it. So I always suggest to have a combination of that with any of the other quicker strategies that help you get more members now. Website texting, I'm going to rank that as a B again, because it's something that, again, relies on the fact that you're already getting traffic to your website. It's a little pop-up window that can have a chatbot link to it, and it would collect the information and answer queries real time for you, and then get these people booked in for appointment with you or your staff and get a call immediately. So it's a great way to get more prospects because people want the information now. And even if you've created thousands of videos, articles, resources on your website, people would still prefer to click on that little icon in the right-hand corner and get their questions answered immediately. It's just who we are. Next, we have influencer partnerships. I'm going to rank this at a tier C because they're great for getting more content out with somebody that already understands content. And in terms of influencer partnerships, think of somebody that is more into the local scene. Maybe they review restaurants, maybe they're a lifestyle influencer in the local area and they're well known. Think of your city only. And these are great. And you can strike up partnerships in the form of just giving them free access to your facility or maybe paying for a couple of collaboration posts. But these are great because you can run them as paid advertising and piggyback on their audience that they've already built trust with, or just have a direct way to get exposed to their audience. It could be, again, a more of a long-term strategy, not the one-off campaign that brings immediate results. And really depends, again, on the type of influencer you have sitting behind the campaign. And we've seen some flop, even with hundreds of thousands of followers, and we've seen some very effective with a local influencer that has a couple of thousand followers. So pick your battles wisely, make sure they have authentic engagement, and they really match the profile of what you have to offer. So for example, if you want to cater towards busy moms and you partner with a local mom influencer, that would be a great addition to what you have going on. And on the other end, if you want to just have moms come to your facility, but you partner with a young, sexy OnlyFans type of influencer with the hopes that she's going to bring those to your facility, you're going to be left with a lot of disappointment. Next, we have direct mail campaigns. Think of flyers, handing out brochures, and anything that you print out and physically give away. These are effective, they work, but they require a lot of effort. I would have ranked those a little bit higher if it was a couple of years back, but now with the ease of use of technology, creating social media content, creating ads, even doing reach outs and partnering with local influencers, it's a much easier strategy to focus on the online efforts just because the output is going to be 10 times higher compared to what you have to do in direct mail. And also, if you don't have experience with direct mail and having your message dialed in, it could require a lot of brochures and flyers sent out before you get any meaningful results if you're just starting out and testing out a campaign. So think of 20, 30,000 flyers that you have to give away in your local area in a duration of a month, and then repeat that every quarter until you start getting meaningful results off of that method. It's something that works, but again, requires more work up front. Weekly newsletter, I'm going to rank that as a C. It's a very effective way to nurture all the leads and prospects you're getting either through your website or paid direct response campaign, or even the lead forms you're collecting all that traffic on your website. It's a great way to introduce different events, promotions, challenges, supplement sales, whatever you can think of. You stay on top of mind of all the prospects, and even past members, they get to benefit of the fact that you're featuring them, highlighting them, so it builds a tighter community. It's not too hard to put together. And again, it's a great way to nurture and sell to already existing contacts. In terms of acquiring new contacts, it's not a very appealing offer. I could suggest a strategy here that goes slightly outside of fitness. So for example, you do a local newsletter where you share about restaurants and different events in the local area, and you call it, for example, Boca Raton's local newsletter. You would have a lot more success than if you just narrow it down to your fitness in terms of attracting new business. But again, there's easier and better methods out there. Now, local partnerships, I'm going to rank that as an A. It's a super awesome strategy that allows you to get in front of your ideal prospects almost immediately. It requires more effort up front to build relationships, and it requires for you to be genuinely a good person because you just have to build relationships with the existing business owners. But it's a great way to refer business to each other, send off traffic, create collaborations, create events together. So think of any nearby business such as med spas, such as beauty salons, chiropractors, massage therapists, even dentists. All of these could become your referral partners and have a program where you feed each other business. And for every new client, you could have a promotional material going towards their clients, and you can exchange vice versa. So for example, for all your new clients, you would give them a voucher for a chiropractor or a free teeth cleaning, whatever is the offer and the business you partner with. So it's a great way to get sustainable long-term traffic and create mutually beneficial relationships. So it's worth investing the time. Referral marketing. This is probably like the best way to get business, but I'm going to rank it as an A because often it's not a very sustainable strategy and it's not very predictable strategy. There's ways you can, of course, have systems around getting more referrals. And we've been implementing that strategy very successfully and getting 5 to 7 new leads and contacts off of each existing member we have with some of our facilities. So you can click the link below and fill out the information, schedule a call, and we're going to share more about how we've done that. But essentially, we create a campaign where every existing member at the highest point of their customer journey within our facility, think of having an amazing session, losing 5 kilos, attending 100 sessions. We create a campaign where we can tap into their existing contacts and at least the ones that they have a strong relationship with and invite them over to the facility. So I'm going to rank it at A only because it requires for you to be more of an experienced operator and have the systems and process around it. And even then, some of your staff is going to implement it and some is not. So if you're the owner, this is a great strategy you can run with, but it takes time and effort to have it as a sustainable strategy that's replicated. It's again more of a long-term strategy. So if I have to start, I would always start with paid direct response ads and optimizing your website. Then I would move on to Google My Business, rank on those, fire cold email campaigns, and even visit locally all the potential partners. I'm going to implement a referral marketing campaign immediately for all the new leads and prospects that are coming in, just so I can get more people to fill out my lead forms and surveys. And then I'm going to move into the rest of the campaigns that are more long-term. So I hope you found value in this video. And if you want us to help you in any capacity to implement one or more of those strategies for your facility, make sure you click the link below this video and sign up for our case study where you're going to see an exact blueprint with all the scripts, resources of how you can put together a strategy to reactivate your past members, attract new through social media, and check out my past content as I cover a lot of these things already.